5A Region 8 programs have a long-standing rivalry, and as regular season play begins to wind down, today's game will shape up the standings and help clarify the seeding heading into the region tournament. Brookwood comes into the contest with a record of 13-5. They'll be looking for a big game out of Clemson commit Lucas Sims, who will be taking the mound for the Broncos. Also leading the charge for the visitors is third baseman Michael Gouge, who will take his talents south next season as a Valdosta State Blazer. Managing for Brookwood in his 8th year, skipper Rick Howard. On the other side, Parview comes into the game looking to avenge an early season loss to the Broncos. Overall, though, they boast a record of 18-4. Pitching for the Panthers, number 14, Mac Marshall. He's verbally committed to the University of Georgia. In fact, the Panthers' entire starting lineup has either signed or committed to play baseball at the college level in the coming seasons. Parkview's head coach is Chan Brown. He's in his 8th season as manager and 9th with the program. Let's now take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. First, the visitors from Brookwood. You see the center fielder leading off, Cedric Mullins, the catalyst. Batting third, number 27 going to Valdosta State, Michael Gouge. Meanwhile, for Chan Brown's squad, the Panthers, Josh Hart, a verbal commit to Georgia Tech, will lead off. The cleanup hitter, Jeff Ronpere. The anthem has been played. Both teams have met the umpires. Two of the biggest baseball powerhouse programs in the state, battling it out on a windy night in Gwinnett County, in what will undoubtedly be a highly competitive game with professional scouts in attendance. First inning action is coming up next. You're watching high school baseball on Xfinity On Demand. And first pitch, Mac Marshall on the mound. Verbal commitment to the University of Georgia. You see big number 14, the left-hander. Cedric Mullins will get things going, this center fielder. You see number 1 in the box. And he gets plunked on the curve that sort of curves inside. So a man on first and nobody down. Jordan Dykes, the right fielder. And a little small ball right here. Done to perfection. Dykes is going to be safe through first and second now, and nobody out. Marshall in some trouble here, a couple on in this rivalry contest between the Broncos and Panthers. There's a swing by Michael Gouge, going to Valdosta State, and look at that. Rob Youngblood, the great play, steps on third, throws the first, 2 down. Ryan Woodard now at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup, and Woodard, the single into left. Runner will hold at third, so they're on the corners now with 2 down. Lucas Sims, the opposing pitcher, the 5-hitter, will be a Clemson Tiger. And now watch this play. Youngblood already with 1 great play, and watch and admire. The barehanded stab in the throw, and somehow, after half an inning, we're still scoreless. Moving to the home half of the first, you see Sims on the mound there. Future Tiger, number 26, was robbed of that little hit down the line. Youngblood with a phenomenal play. Josh Hart leading it off. Remember, Cedric Mullins led off getting hit. The same here in the bottom of the first. Josh Hart, though, is okay. Tough kid. Dinged on the helmet. But he looks to be all right. So another leadoff hit by pitch. Edwin Arias coming up. The second hitter, remember, for Brookwood with the bunt. We're going to have a carbon copy right here as well. Arias doesn't beat it out, but that's good enough for a sacrifice. So Matt Olson coming up. Runner at second and 1 down. 3 balls on Olson. And Sims will throw a 4th, high and tight. So that puts him on first and second with 1 down. Jeff Ronpere. Olson's at first, by the way, signed with Vanderbilt. Arias with North Georgia. So Ronpere coming up. And a big spot with a couple of runners on. The chopper to second. The 6-3 double play nicely turned. After an inning, we're still scoreless. We now fast forward to the home half of the second inning, still a scoreless contest. Jan Brown's squad up to bat, Jared Freeland. Verbal commitment to Georgia. 2 strikes on Freeland, and a good pitch by Lucas Sims. That's a strikeout. So 1 down, and nobody on for Jack Essman. He has signed to be a Bulldog. A lot of guys staying home to play their college ball for the Panthers. Essman, the solid wrap up the middle, and a runner on at first. We'll bring up Ryan Blanton, the 2-year starter. A trio of balls already on Blanton, and there's number 4. So the Panthers in business here. Runners at first and second. A.J. Davis coming to the plate. Georgia Gwinnett College in his future, and Davis is going to show just why. A good piece of hitting the other way, the single to right. Essman's going to come on home, and Parview with the 1-0 lead. So runners on the corner, only 1 out. Rod Youngblood made such a great defensive play, a couple of them actually in the first inning. Trying to now take care of business with the bat as well. And there's strike 3. The throw to second on the stolen base. That gets away. The run scores. Blanton comes in. Another error there. A.J. Davis is going to try and come all the way home. And he just gets tagged. 1 more run is in though. And after 2, the Panthers with a 2-0 lead. So the Broncos down a pair, going to the top of the 3rd inning. Mac Marshall still on the hill. You see Cedric Mullins, the leadoff hitter, and he'll take ball 4. So a good start. Man on first here for Brookwood, nobody out. Jordan Dykes coming up. The right fielder. 3 balls on Dykes as well. And Marshall loses him. So back-to-back walks to begin the inning. How many times do you see those free passes come back and haunt a starter? The 3-hitter, Michael Gouge. You see the conference on the mound. Gouge, Valdosta State in his future. And conference on the mound or not, nothing seems to help. That's ball 4 up high. The bases are loaded on free passes, and that'll end the day for Mac Marshall. See Jesse Foster, the senior right-hander coming in here. He'll take his warm-up pitches in quite a jam. The cleanup hitter, Ryan Woodard coming up, the first baseman, with the sacked juice and nobody out. Doesn't get much tougher than that. Woodard will make contact. The RBI ground out to first. So a good job right off the bat by Foster to elicit the ground ball out. Second and third, 1 down, 1 run now in. Lucas Sims, the pitcher, watch him go the other way and deep. Nobody's going to catch that one off the wall. Dykes and Gouge are going to come in to score. And it's now a 3-2 ball game in favor of the visitors. Brookwood's first lead of the afternoon. Clint Carr coming up. The Broncos with a real opportunity to break this thing open. The grounder to short. The throw to first looks routine. The ball, though, is dropped. The runner comes in to make it 4-2. Problems there from the catcher. And the defense letting Shan Brown down here in the top of the 3rd inning. So Garrett Reynolds coming up. 4 runs already on the board. And there's the strikeout looking. Good job by Foster. Zach Moon. 2 down now. Big spot. Try and keep it at a 2-run deficit. If you're Foster. Gets the grounder. Could be close at first, but they get him. 4 runs are in after 2.5. 4-2 in favor of the Broncos. And nothing doing for Parkview in the bottom of the inning, so we'll fast forward to the top of the fourth. Jonathan White, number 24 at the plate. The grounder up the middle, but a good play by the shortstop. That's a 6-3 ground out. One down. Turns the order back over. Cedric Mullins.
That's pretty good.
The one hitter, a lot of speed, and he shows those wheels right here. The picture perfect bunt, and Mullins is on at first base. Looking a little like Sean Figgins. Jordan Dykes now up. At least move the runner over. The right fielder does just that. Mullins gets to second, and Dykes thrown out. So 2 down. Michael Gouch, a duck on the pond. The third baseman with a big insurance run right there for the taking, and he takes it. The one hopper off the wall. That'll score Mullins. It's now a 3-run ball game at 5-2, and Gouch is all sorts of fired up.
19, Ryan Woodard.
Cleanup hitter, Ryan Woodard, the first baseman. Another potential scoring opportunity. Woodard just gets under that one. Fly out to center, another run's on the board after 3.5. The visiting Broncos with a 5-2 lead.
Parview baseball, we're here with us. Accurate pitch again.
And we pick your action back up here, top of the 6th inning. Still a 5-2 ball game, just 2 hits on the board for Parkview. Cedric Mullins reached base all 3 times. Hit by pitch, a walk and a bunt single. And who says the little men, the leadoff hitters, can't go deep? Because that's just what Mullins does. Drills it to right, and it's now a 6-2 ball game on the strength of that home run. So Mullins has now reached base all 4 times. The catalyst for the visiting Broncos. We'll have your Xfinity replay and watch the sweet swing. Just belts it to right. And there's nothing that Ryan Blanton can do about it. So it's a 4-run lead now. And Jordan Dykes coming to the plate. You see the visitors all fired up. The pop-up in foul territory. And Matt Olson makes the catch. Olson signed with Vanderbilt. Will be a Commodore. Michael Gouch coming up. 1 out, nobody on, a 4-run lead. And Gouch is teeing off. He rips this one to left. Heading for second. A close play. But Gouch gets in there. So man on second, 1 down. Ryan Woodard. And watch the cleanup hitter do just that. That's roped to right. Off the top of the wall. Gouch will come in and score. It's now a 7-2 ball game after that double. And that'll chase Jesse Foster, who looked very good before this 6th inning. Hunter Thornton now your new pitcher. They'll face Lucas Sims. Sims with a huge hit earlier on. There's the grounder to short and a good play to get Sims. So 2 down. Clint Carr now. The catcher, he puts it in play, and the stab there by Thornton. They get the out. After 5.5 though, it's a 7-2 Brookwood lead. Bottom of the 6th inning now, still only 2 hits for the home Panthers. Remember, they had the early 2-0 lead ever since those 7 straight for the visitors. Edwin Arias leading off against Sims, and there's a good start, ball 4. Arias would go to second on a pass ball. Matt Olson, number 21, the future Commodore. They need some base runners. Do the Panthers. Olson, though, would not be a base runner. Strikes out swinging. So 1 down, man on second. That'll bring up Jeff Ronpering. Romford, you see him hitting from the right side of the plate. Number 2. Puts it in play. Watch the defense. A great job right there. Phenomenal out. So 2 down. Jarrett Freeland, the runner, did move to third. He'll trade the runner moving up for the out, and a run will score here on the line drive single to right by Freeland. It's a 7-3 ball game as Arias crosses the plate. So Jack Essman coming up. Man on first, 2 down. The Clemson future Tiger, Lucas Sims on the hill. You can't walk anybody here, but that's what he does. So the tying run right now in the on-deck circle. Ryan Blanton coming up. A couple of strikes on number 4. First and second, a hit here could make things interesting. But the strikeout looking low and on the outside corner. Good job by Sims to get out of it. Only 1 run across. And after 6, it's a 7-3 Brookwood lead.
You turned into the press box. If you were missing car keys, looks like 2 car keys.
Bottom of the 7th inning, last licks they can also be called for the Panthers. Trailing by 4, 7-3, and Lucas Sims still in the game. A.J. Davis leading things off. The Panthers need some base runners. The grounder to first, and look at the defense. The 3-1, great job by Sims as he covers first, getting over there quickly. So Rob Youngblood now up. 2 strikes on Youngblood, the 2-year starter, and look at Sims as strong as he was in the first inning. There's another strikeout. 2 outs, nobody on. Josh Hart, the leadoff hitter, he has a verbal to Georgia Tech, trying to keep this game alive. 2 strikes, and look at Sims, breaks it off again. Another strikeout, this time looking, and in the end, Brookwood with a 7-3 victory over Parview. The Panthers, the 2-0 lead with 2 runs in the second, but the Broncos would respond with 3 straight walks in the third. That chase back, Marshall, led to 4 runs, thanks in part to the 2-run double by the winning pitcher in Sims. Lucas Sims, a great effort, the complete game victory, and in the end, Brookwood with a 7-3 win over Parview. This has been a production of Play On Sports and a presentation of Xfinity On Demand.